Today is actually National Quilting Day for National Quilt Month. And so today's topic is all about your favorite quilt book. And I currently have these two. So these two books made two of my favorite quilts, I think actually in the same year. And both of them I want to make again. So first we're going to talk about the Fussy Cut Sampler, which is a class that I took in 2018 because that was the date on my quilt. And so with that quilt and this book, this made 48 different blocks, and each block was learning a different skill. So each block gave 4 different kind of skill builders to go with the topic. So like I know one is stripes, one is transparency, one is cutting for tossed prints, and all sorts of different fun and interesting things. Like I know one of them is pattern matching, one of them is borders, all sorts of different things that will make you start to look at fabric differently. And so like with one of them, cutting for like directional, I think it's like you use freezer paper, and if you're cutting on the bias, it helps stabilize that bias so then it gets your blocks all crisp and ready to go. So the goal of it was to kind of have a theme. And so my theme was cats and dinosaurs. And then I had to come up with a color scheme so it just didn't look like chaos. And so my color scheme started out as blue and green, and then I added a little bit of yellow in there. And so with that, let me show you some pictures of my Fussy Cut Sampler. And so now, also that same year, in addition to making those blocks all year long, I did the 100-day 100 blocks with Gnome Angel when she was still doing the 100 modern quilt blocks, the City Sampler quilt from Tula Pink. And so what this book is, this is 100 blocks, just like it says, and they're about 6.5-inch blocks. I think those blocks were about 12 inches. And so this one, they were smaller blocks and a lot smaller fussy cutting. So it was a lot of fussy cutting all in one year. My cousin and I actually did this book together. I think she still has all her blocks ready to go. And so I went with just Rainbow Crazy, and I found this, I got this bundle, or I won this bundle. I'll have to look up what it is again. It was just so cool. I used the same fabrics throughout the quilt. I used Grunge, I used Andover Dimple Dots, and this other Foundations collection. And I just loved it so much. I added some different fussy cuts in, some blocks that were for different members of my family. So a block for my mom, a block for my dad, a block for my older brother, my younger brother. I think there's a block in there for my sister, at least there should be. A block to be my first quilt, a block for me and my cousin, just a whole bunch of fun little fussy cuts and children's storybooks. This is while I was like peak preschool teacher time. And so just a whole lot of fun and a lot of happiness. And this is actually the quilt that lives on our bed right now. And so I'll use some blocks, show you some pictures, and then we'll be back again real soon.